Villainous by its_Kingston on AO3. Episode 23. Chapter 15. Surprise. She does, Toga growled, storming off in the direction Shigaraki had come from. Why did he want her to stay? Why couldn't she just kill the faker and leave her to rot? It was taking a lot of her self-control to not turn around and plunge her knife straight through the hero's heart, to physically break it the same way the hero emotionally broke hers. Toga looked up towards the moon as she walked. She wasn't sure where she was going, just that she was leaving, going away from the traitor. She wanted to scream and laugh and cry at the situation, but lacked the energy to do any of it, so she kept walking. Eventually she came to a clearing in the woods, one reminiscing of the one she found years ago, where Twice and Dobby were patrolling, where she met the League. She shook her head, sitting down at the base of a sprawling cherry blossom tree. It wasn't in bloom. The branches were barren and cold in the mid-August wind. It seemed to Toga like she'd gone back in time, reliving her worst days again, like some sick joke. Long ago, sitting beneath a tree like this one, with new scars and open wounds, Twice found her crying. He asked her name, and convinced Dobby to take her back to their old HQ to patch her up. Now, though, there was no Dobby, or Twice, and much like how the cherry blossom had no petals to fall, Toga had no tears either. It was her fault, wasn't it? Coming to care for a hero of all people, a hero who would smile at her and wasn't afraid of her, a hero who held her heart carefully, until Toga found out who she was. And it was as if the hero dropped it, letting it shatter across the pavement. She brought her knees to her chest, and rested her head on them. Toga knew not to trust the hero this time. She wouldn't be swayed by easily going smiles and attempt at smooth actions, not by carefree giggles or shared reactions. This hero was inhuman, and not afraid to hurt people. Too mean. As far as Toga was concerned, Ochako Uraraka never was, and never would be, one of them. Why are we here? They're probably on lockdown. Ochako asked. She looked nervously at UA's gates, the lack of security in the area, adding to the eeriness. You needed to get your stuff. I'd ask you to unenroll, but we may need your student status later. Shigaraki replied. He stood back further than Ochako, ready to run if necessary. With how much you and Toga come over here, I'm surprised you haven't been caught. Ochako tried at a joke, earning a glare from the pale man. I'll just go grab my stuff. Anything in particular? Nothing tradable. The burner I give you will be the only electronic permitted near the League's headquarters. He scratched the side of his neck, thinking. I'd suggest clothes. Quite lack, but important. You won't be able to come back for quite a while. Okay. Ochako nodded, and went over the fence. Shigaraki pulled out his phone, watched as the hero floated up the balcony outside her room, and he stepped back further, in the shadows of the tree of UA walls. Are you alright? I don't want to talk about it. I know you're upset. Try betrayed. Or better yet, pissed off. You heard what she said. Toga, you can't stay mad at her. I think she'll be here for the long term. Then I'll hate her for the long term. She wasn't trying to hurt you. She's a confused child, unaware of everything outside of her biased half-truth heroes like to spew. I'm sure she'll apologize. An apology I don't plan to be around for. Fine. Be angry if you like. But she's coming to the house. What? Are you stupid? You think she'll take herself down with us? Get time for murder and theft just to drag us down? She'll be in the loony bin right beside us for the rest of her life. She would. Heroes are all the same. She's not like them, Toga. You need to see that. Beep, beep, beep. Damn it. Shigaraki mumbled, stuffing his phone back into his pocket. He was careful to not touch all 5 fingers to anything, a lesson he quickly learned after having to replace several phones and friends. Shuffling noises from the other side of the fence caused Shigaraki to step back, his back flushed with a tree. "I'm back," Ochako said quietly, as she landed on the outside of the wall. The man stepped out onto the moonlight and gestured to the hero's bag. "What you bring?" "Clothes, my wallet, the burner phone, and my hero suit. I wasn't sure if I'd needed it anymore." Ochako mumbled the last part, gritting her teeth. She had cried while packing it. Holding the suit to her own blood-stained hands was the final nail in the coffin that housed her dream of being a hero. "Good. Now let's go." He began walking away from Yue, and Ochako followed close behind him. "We're heading to the same warehouse we met at last time. Once there, I'll ask Kirigiri to bring Twice and Dobby, plus Toga, if he could find her. You'll explain to all of us in full detail what Yue sent you to do. If they accept you, your bag will be searched, and you'll come back to the League's base with us. I'll assume you know what will happen if you lie." He spared a glance back at Ochako, who wiped her backpack straps tightly with both hands. "Yeah." "They won't hurt you. I'll make sure you get a chance to defend yourself diplomatically before physically." He added, "I believe even a traitor should get a fair trial. However, I will put their safety above your life. And you so much as act as if you're going to strike someone, I will end you." "Yeah, I won't do that." Ochako squeaked out. She knew that wasn't a threat, but a promise. "Then we won't have an issue." It was probably around 1:30 a.m. when Shigaraki had arrived at the warehouse, with Ochako in tow. The man looked tired. Then again, he always looked that way. Ochako was running on pure adrenaline, fear, and sheer will by now. She took a seat at the chair Dobby and Twice had left out after the meeting. Shigaraki took one across from her and grabbed his phone out of his pocket. "Hello, Kirigiri. Who all is at home right now?" "Okay, bring them, please. But first, can you call Toga? She probably won't pick up, but it'll be nice to try." "She's fine. The gate will explain why once everyone arrives." "Yes, the hero is with me at Greenfield's port warehouse." "Correct." "Bye. Thank you." He put his phone down on the table, silently watched the hero. Ochako wasn't sure how to feel. The night had been a roller coaster, but somewhere along the way, she'd gone numb to the twists and turns. It was around the time Toga had left, she supposed. When the villain had ran away, Ochako had felt an unbearable sense of guilt that overwhelmed and swallowed most of other senses. She agreed to go with the League's leader, like she had been asked if she wanted ice cream, quickly and without much protest. The hurt in the blonde's eyes didn't leave her mind, winding around her brain like a python through the jungle. Ochako hadn't meant to hurt her, yet she had. She had, and now this was the consequences. The hero wondered what she had done to have the universe, or whatever sick god that ruled, give her such a fate. The day had started fine. The heist had finished without a hitch, and Toga was happy to get a present. Was this the balance? The karma retribution for killing the woman and betraying her friends? Was she to be hurt in the way she hurt others? Ochako couldn't bring herself to cry. Maybe she deserved it. "We'll be at the Greenport warehouse, if you wanted to come. Shigaraki asked me to bring Dobby and Twice now, as he and the gate are already present. Stay safe, Toga." The blonde in question had finished listening to the voicemail she had gotten from Kirigiri. She sighed and stood up, deciding to head there now, and make sure her family wasn't tricked by the wretched hero. It was a bit of a walk to get to the warehouse. Hopefully she'll make it there before they left. God. I actually like the depiction of Shigaraki, protecting, the family and stuff. I like that. I like the Shigaraki. I like to see the different variations of characters and how people portray the characters and stuff like that. As I said before, Toga feeling absolutely betrayed by Uraraka. Again, predictable. Her character, her sense on how she is, it makes sense. It makes sense. It really does. Chapter 16th, Truth. Interesting. But no, I have no words. I actually have no words. For once, I have no words for here. I normally have like a bunch of words. Normally, sometimes, I know my outros, I think there was one that was like 15 minutes long. Not for this series, a different series. But my outros can go quite long, and for this one, I have nothing to say. Other than my throat hurts. Don't worry, I've been drinking water, I've been doing stuff, I just haven't drank water. I'm gonna drink water right now. Okay, but like, as I was saying, it's like, I have nothing to say. That's what I was saying. As always, my raindrops. Make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content. And I still wish that they would just kiss. Thank you for watching.